Liam obviously had the weekend to look back over the game, but your thoughts on it, because it was obviously heartbreaking to take right at the end like that.
Yeah, as a result goes, of course it was the manner of it. With the dubious decision for the penalty. It's a tough one, but I thought the lads stuck to the task very well. If the result had gone positively, it'd have been a really solid professional performance. But that's the nature of the league. Referees got big decisions to make, but we'll certainly move on quickly and look forward.
Yeah, that's the way it'll get looked at, as a defeat on the road. But if you ground out the 0-0 or even got a goal yourselves, it would have been a resolute professional performance.
Yes, certainly, and that's what we're working towards. Every week there's a different challenge, there's a different task. Certainly going forward, and the lads are certainly putting the work in on the training ground and certainly inputting it on a match day as well. So a long way that continue.
And I suppose now it's about moving on quickly, obviously into tomorrow night's game and 2 games before this next international break.
Yes, it's no secret the championship. It's thick and fast. There's challenges every other day, and we're buying into that, and we're working tirelessly to try and get them positive results, and fingers crossed we can get one tomorrow night.
The manager said before the last international break you'd have to get used to these sort of batches of games, but in your first season as a management group at this level, you're beginning to sort of adapt to it and enjoy the challenge.
I think you must do. There's a lot of diverse, certainly challenges in most leagues. I don't think any league in the English tiers easy at all, and you've certainly got to adapt to certain situations. The championship's no different, and it's been a good one so far, and we're looking forward to facing a lot more.
And in terms of the team news, obviously Will returned on Saturday. Joe Garner remained up front, and I suppose now it's sort of showing what options you have at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah, we were without a few players. Over the last previous few weeks, there's still a couple injured, but that's why you've got a squad. The squad is very tight-knit group, and they certainly want each other to do well. So when we've got everybody fit, it's a great headache for the management team to have and to try and get the lads on the pitch. And fingers crossed we can go like that all season.
And I imagine bringing obviously Callum McManaman back in as well onto the bench. The two, both him and Grigg, are ready if called upon to go from the off.
Yeah, of course. There are a number of same as everybody in the squad. Everybody's chomping to play. Everybody wants to do well for each other, and I think that's shown. Certainly early on in the season, and going forward will be no different. We'll try and work hard as we can. We'll look at each certainly challenge in isolation, and we'll try and do the best we can.
And just an update on Dan Burn. Obviously, he's been back out training. Are we likely to see him before this break, or I suppose you're not in the position to need to rush him back?
Again, he's like he's mentioned Griggy previously, Callum McManaman, the lads who have been injured. Dan's no different. He's desperate to get back. He's worked tirelessly hard, on the Alter G and with the physios, and he's been on the grass last week. He's desperate to get back in. It's the balance of our team with Dan in that. It's no secret. Last year he did ever so well, which prompted the move that he's got. But he's certainly he's dying to get back in to help the lads.
And in terms of the home form, obviously coming back, I suppose getting back into the championship, important to set up that solid base at home as you have done.
Yeah, of course it is. The results they're all worthwhile in the championship. Any kind of points are worth grabbing, and if your home form can stay strong, and you can pick results up on the road as well, which we're always trying to do, and try and marry them up together. You'll finish in a strong position. So it's what we try and do every week. What the manager's like. He likes to have entertaining games, so to speak, and get off the front foot, and he's desperate for the lads to do well and give everything for the club, and they certainly are at the minute.
And looking at the home form, 4 wins from the 5 so far, but unlucky not to actually have a 100% record, 5 wins out of 5.
Yeah, again, it's decisions, it's certain certain aspects of the game. We're still learning, we're still learning about the league, each other, and going forward. So we'll try and repeat. If we can repeat the next 5 games, will be made up. But it's certainly a tough challenge ahead of us. We're not silly. We'll take, like I said, we'll take everything in isolation, and come the end of the year, we'll deserve where we need to finish.
And obviously Swansea, next up, a side recently relegated from the Premier League, but since they've come down, sort of put a lot of trust into youth.
Our good team, good management team, very good players on the pitch. I think you'll see the results at the weekend and so forth. I think they've made 700 odd passes at the weekend. They've got an identity, they've got a philosophy, and they stick to it. It's certainly a challenge that we're looking forward to. But it'll be a tough challenge, and fingers crossed we can get a positive result on Tuesday night.
Looking at some of the landmarks, I think Sam Morsey, if he plays, could play his 300th career game. Obviously, a lot of that under you guys as a management group.
Yeah.
Just how important is he for the club and for the dressing room as the captain, obviously?
Yeah, again, I previously mentioned the dressing room. You know, they're a very close knit team. Been a pleasure to work with Sammy. I think you know, the supporters, the staff, and you know, the people around the place, wherever he's played, you know, you can see what he gives the team. It's not just on a you know, match day. On a training day is the same. You know, he wants to win everything he does. Head tennis, two-touch, training, games. He's that type of lad, and I'm sure he'll make many more appearances.
Yeah, leadership sort of comes in many different ways, and as you say, really sort of embodies that in how he pulls the team through at times.
Yeah, certainly. You don't have to be a shouter and a baller like I think in the old-fashioned way. You thought you had to do as captain. I think you've sometimes got to set your own standards and your own mentality within the group, and you know, he certainly does that in abundance. Does Sam.
He's a player who obviously called up again for Egypt, beginning to get international recognition as well.
Yeah, and rightly so. You know, he's a fit lad. You know, he's a what I'd call a studier of the game. You know, he's certainly a student of the game who likes to look at things. He's not, you know, like I say, he's obsessed with getting better. You know, watching the opposition. You know, them fine margins. You know, you speak to Sam, he'll speak to you all day about, you know, certain philosophies and how he's going to be better, and so the recognition's good for him and he deserves that.
Cheers, mate.
Brilliant, thank you.